Please raise your hand if you hear me. Okay, hello, good morning everybody. Can you do me a favor before we get started? Can you please look around you very quickly and maybe say hello to the person standing next to you? This is the Widener way. And introduce yourself really quickly. Okay, clap once if you hear me. Let's try that again. Clap once if you hear me. Clap twice for Widener. Clap 3 times if you're happy. Okay, thank you very much. So I'm just the opening act. I wanted to make sure that everybody was a little warm. I want to say thank you for being here today. I'd like to recognize the presence of several very important people. So when I recognize you, if you can please raise your hand, we will love to meet you and say hello. So from the Small Business Administration, we have Mr. John Fleming, Acting Director. We also have Mr. Michael Kane from the United States Small Business Administration. Kimberly Stout. Mr. Robert Goza. We're thrilled to have the United States Small Business Administration here in this building. Later on, you will hear some bells as if this was actually Wall Street. I also like to recognize the leadership of our university, Dr. Julie Wollman, our president. The Dean of the School of Business, Dean Jayati Ghosh. We also have many of my bosses here today. So one of our most loved leaders is Dr. Ernie Post. He's the director of the Pennsylvania Small Business Development Center. He basically taught us everything we know, so that's the secret sauce right there. I'd also like to recognize some of the representatives of our political and elected leaders that are present. So Mary Gay Scanlon, our U.S. Congresswoman, is being represented by Therese McDonald, who is also here. If you can raise your hand, Therese. Welcome to Widener. Tom Killian, our Pennsylvania State Senator, is represented by John McNichol. He's our field representative here. Thank you for being here. We also have Mr. Drake Nakaishi, Director of Economic Development for the City of Chester. He is representing our mayor, Mayor Kirkland, for the City of Chester. And we also have Ms. Talia Void. He's a business consultant with the Pennsylvania Department of Community Economic Development. Thank you for joining us. So that we could get to know each other as a wider family, I'm going to ask our SBDC team and EMAP team to please raise your hand so you could be recognized. Right. Today's a fantastic day. Widener University will be receiving an award, but most importantly, our students and our clients will be receiving an award as well. So if you're one of our students receiving a recognition here, please raise your hand so we'll know where you're at. And absolutely, this is the loudest applause we're going to get in addition to the ones for our students. If you're one of our clients receiving an award today, please raise your hand. Wonderful. Thank you for being here again. I'd like to yield the floor to Christina Grady, who will make the introductions and lead us through this little bit of the formal portion of this morning.
Hello, everybody. Mr. Fleming also served as a senior federal policy advisor for the White House Small Cities Strong Communities SC2 initiative. This initiative focused on partnering with communities to strengthen their local capacity, help addition in comprehensive planning, regional collaboration, and ultimately to better their leverage as economic assets and build strong foundations for economic growth and resilience. We are so proud to have you here today and so proud to call you a Widener alumnus. And without further ado, please welcome Mr. John Fleming.
Thank you so much. Wow. My mom couldn't have done better. That's great. I figured, I would need the sunglasses, Mike. I mean, we're here in this, my Widener connections are great. Not only that, and you also mentioned SC2. SC2 was hosted here in Chester, and the legacy is part of Chester Made and some other things that are still going on in Chester. I was proud to be here with President Harris at the time, and he was a great support, really, the whole university. And one more great connection to Widener I did want to recognize. A lot of my money goes here because my son is finishing up his junior year in the back. So, I really do love this university, and it's our pleasure to be here. At the SBA, we're all about small business, and by the way, welcome to the start of National Small Business Week. This starts today. And, we can't do anything without our partners. Partners are important when we deliver our programs. Most people know us for finance, but we also have procurement. And last but not least, we have our partners like Widener that help us deliver. Really, they do deliver the programs and services to the small businesses, and I'm glad that you recognize some of the people that have gotten help here. That's really where it comes down to. So, as part of National Small Business Week, what we like to do is recognize our partners and small businesses for their achievements. And we have a district which is fairly large. It goes way past Harrisburg, and all the way up to the New York border. And we have lots of different partners through there. And through a contest of submission, and we did some evaluation, we want to recognize today Widener as the District Small Business Development Center of the Year. To help to receive the award, I'm going to ask President Woolman to come up, and Dean Ghosh, and Peter and Lennon, come on up. Do we have the award? Here it is. For picture purposes? All right. Congratulations.
Can we have one more?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fleming, for spending your money at Widener University and getting the best education ever for yourself and also for your son. At this point, please join me in recognizing Dr. Julie Woolman, President of Widener University.
Thank you, Lennon. I'm very pleased to join with all of those welcoming you to Widener University this morning, and thank you for bringing this beautiful sunshine with you. This is absolutely a gorgeous day. It's such an honor to celebrate not only the awarding of our Small Business Development Center with the Excellence and Innovation Award, but also the recognition of so many of our community partners and local businesses that have not just excelled, but have thrived in creating new opportunities in our community. The Widener SBDC team, with a dedicated and talented group of students, helps small companies raise capital, start new companies, expand operations, explore export opportunities, commercialize new technologies, effectively market to the government, create new jobs, and with EMAP, it now supports small businesses in establishing sustainable environmental management practices. Through the SBDC, students are contributing to the vitality and well-being of the communities that we serve. This year, our students are poised to provide over 2,000 hours of consulting services to existing businesses in the region. With the support of experienced faculty and SBDC consultants, our students conduct high-level research and analysis that ultimately help entrepreneurs set a strategic direction for their businesses. In 2019, SBDC clients are poised to achieve the following milestones as a result of their engagement with Widener students, faculty, and SBDC consultants. 19 million in capital investments in our local economy. 23 businesses started. 342 clients served, and 749 jobs supported. Please join me in congratulating the SBDC, our students, our clients, and our community on these remarkable achievements. And now I am pleased to welcome Jyoti Ghosh, Dean of the School of Business Administration, to the podium. Thank you.
This is such a fitting gathering for the National Small Business Week. I can't just say anything better than something like this to have. First of all, I want to thank the United States Small Business Administration and Mr. John Fleming, Acting Director, U.S. SBA Eastern Pennsylvania District, for awarding Widener University and Widener SBDC with the 2019 Small Business Development Center Excellence and Innovation Award. I wouldn't be a good dean if I didn't talk about this school. So in the School of Business Administration, just like Mr. Fleming, if you have your sons and daughters or anybody, please tell them we offer undergraduate programs in accounting, economics, finance, management, marketing, international business, and business analytics. We also offer graduate programs such as which include a Master of Science in Taxation and Financial Planning, Master of Science in Business Process Innovation, as well as MBA, also an MBA in Healthcare Management. Over the last couple of years, we have focused on enhancing the SBA's integration in the business school. This integration has helped us to create high-impact practices which are very important for our students' professional development and success, as well as creating research collaboration for our faculty. This year specifically has been a very busy and exciting year, and just to share a few highlights, I would like to include that we have been designated as Pennsylvania's lead center for Small Business Environmental Management Assistance Program, EMAP. And we have also strengthened our procurement and technical assistance program through the Defense Logistic Agency. Furthermore, this year, we have been designated by SAP as the next-gen lab for design thinking and analytics, which makes Widener University one of 13 universities in the United States, and Widener University's SBDC, the first of 1,100 SBDCs in the country to achieve this designation. Finally, this designation allows our students to contribute towards 5 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So that is an impact even beyond this regional area. Our faculty member and department chair, management department chair, Dr. Brian Larson, and SBDC representatives, Director Lenin Agudo and Assistant Director Mr. Peter Hornberger, have presented papers at national conferences. Again, the result of this integration. Our business students are consultants and have worked on American wood design, also a Widener SBDC client and recipient of the Family-Owned Small Business of the Year Award. Most recently, we have been invited to share our SBDC student, faculty, consultant high-impact practice model with the highest levels of government in Costa Rica. So before I end, I want to thank our faculty and SBDC business consultants who support high-impact practices and are committed to the professional and personal growth of our students. Finally, I want to thank our SBDC clients who make our collective success possible. Thank you. And now I would like to welcome Dr. Ernie Post. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Ghosh. And I want to just start out by offering our congratulations to the Widener University and your SBDC program here on behalf of the Pennsylvania SBDC Network. It all starts, programs of excellence and innovation like this start with having strong support from the leadership at our host institutions. And I want to, recognize that strong support that President Woolman and Dean Ghosh have demonstrated to your program here. As you can see, it yields great results. So a couple of points I just want to point out why we were so pleased to nominate the Widener SBDC program for the Excellence in Innovation Award this year. One, this program has always met its goals, and both our SBA and DCED funding partners appreciate that, as we do as well. But this program excels in meeting those goals. Second, last year when we were going through a transition with the lead office, and the Environmental Management Assistance Program that Dean Ghosh spoke about was in transition, you stepped up as leaders in the network and Lennon to put the application together to keep that program intact and to bring it here so that it continues to be available to our small business clients throughout Pennsylvania. So we really appreciate that during those trying times. And regarding the innovation aspect, the work that Lennon and Peter have done for the SAP award and that recognition with the Next Gen Lab here is just phenomenal work and national recognition that you're bringing to Widener and some of your clients here with additional resources. And finally, this program is about our clients, but it's also critically important that we integrate our students at our host institutions. And Lennon and Peter have done a phenomenal job here, as you spoke about earlier. So for all those reasons, we're just so pleased and happy to have you serve as a model for our other 17 centers throughout Pennsylvania. Thank you so much.
All right. So I think to us, this is the most exciting portion of the day. It's nice to get an award, but it's even nicer when you have the backing and the support of all your clients who make your job really, really easy. So I'd like to thank the SBA for honoring Widener fantastic centers across Pennsylvania. What this award is really recognizing is three things: the people, the process, and the place. This is what I learned from Peter. The people are all our consultants that day in and day out support our clients. The people are all of our graduate students who are an integral part of this program. The people are the wonderful clients that we have, who we love to assist, and we're inspired by their work on a daily basis. The process, that's where we have a lot of fun. The process boils down to two principles, the one we've adopted here at Widener Small Business Development Center. The first is called the flux capacitor of next gen education. Thank you, I appreciate that feedback.
Thank you, Mike. One person got it, I guess.
Great. So what's the flux capacitor? As you may remember, the flux capacitor was the core component that makes time travel possible in the DeLorean, right? The movie Back to the Future. Much like in the movie, the flux capacitor of next-gen entrepreneurial education helps our clients carry forward into the future of learning, immersion, and a sense of tribe. In academics, we have learned to analyze this in many, many different aspects. That is the take at Widener SBDC. We use these three components to engage with clients in vibrant, experience-oriented, mission-specific, and outcome-driven activities to build and grow their business. The second that we mentioned is what we call entrepreneurial design thinking. It's not just design thinking. It's entrepreneurial design thinking with an entrepreneurial trajectory, which basically boils down to three concepts. It's really the process of design, test, learn, and also evolve. In this spirit, 2 years ago, Widener SBDC, we set a trajectory designed to maximize our interactions with clients and help them succeed through strat chats, growth sprints, and through our Widener SBDC Growth Academy. In that spirit, we have
hopefully become the preferred partner of the SBA to deliver our Growth Academy workshops, as well as Finanta and other leading economic development agencies, including the city and multiple other economic development organizations in the county. Our students and clients really in this last 2 years served as a testing ground for these practices. And basically, the results that the clients achieved gave validation to what at the beginning was a crazy idea to transform the way the Pennsylvania Small Business Development Center works and operates through our master classes and consulting. So what I'm about to share with you is the success of our clients as well as the success of our students that provide validation to these methodologies. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to call on our clients that are being recognized this morning. I'm going to introduce what their business is about. Please, I'm going to ask them to come up here. If I could get Professor Ernie Post, please, to join us as well for this recognition of our clients. We would appreciate it, as well as Dr. Woolman and Dean Ghosh. So Dr. Lee, Dr. Wan, and Yo-Yo Yu, you can clap. Thank you. They're the leaders of Everest Medical Group. Let me share with you about this team. This team is a team of family entrepreneurs. They acquired the former Community Hospital of Chester. This is a 13.7 acre site with 5 buildings containing over 310,000 square feet of usable space. Silvercare Nursing and Rehabilitation Facility is going to be a reality. Within the next 3 years, they're expected to grow the economy by investing over $25 million of their capital, new market tax credits, in revitalizing Chester City. The buildings will contain the following high-quality, multifaceted medical and senior care facilities: an urgent care facility, an adult daycare center, a skilled nursing facility, a compassionate memory care unit, a sophisticated assisting living, an independent senior housing, and the economy will benefit because they will employ over 250 new jobs that are high-paying in our city of Chester and our county. Please join me congratulating them. Thank you, Yo-Yo. It's a pleasure. If you could please step aside so we can take further pictures. I would like to further recognize Dr. Dawn Gulick. Dawn is one of our Widener University faculty members. Please join me in recognizing her. Her business is called Therapeutic Articulation LLC. She worked with our consultant, Bruce Downing, in procurement and technical assistance. Within their work, they have been able to prototype a product, apply and review SBIR grants with the federal government, and also create commercialization plans for new markets. We're so honored that within Widener University, leading faculty is leading also the entrepreneurial world. Thank you, Dr. Gulick. I would like to also recognize Mr. Michael Jr., Mr. Michael Sr., and Joanne Gilhul from American Wood Design. The part that I love about this business is their mission statement. In business school, I learned that mission statements are very important, but this one really made it for me because it got to my heart. Their mission statement, though simple, is what our mission statement in life should be. American Wood Design's mission is to build cabinetry and relationships that last a lifetime, period. We were basically very, very honored to work with this client on attracting this client from the county of Delaware to the, from the state of Delaware to the county of Delaware and our city of Chester. I just heard that they're going to double their square footage. They're in plans of acquiring additional sites. They employ over 23 people currently, And the best part is that the United States Small Business Administration is also recognizing them next week with the Family Business Award of the Year. Please join me in recognizing American representatives. At this point, I would like to call on Cheryl Stevens from Cheryl Southern Style. Cheryl is a serial entrepreneur. She has multiple businesses. I'm just going to mention them because this is key to the revitalization of Chester. She has Cheryl's Southern Style, Cheryl's Catering, Cheryl's Talent Energy Catering, and Southern Style Wholesale. Please join me in recognizing Cheryl. And can we call Devin Walls to the floor, please? Devin Walls is one of our other serial entrepreneurs here in the city of Chester. I think he owns half of the city in real estate, literally. But actually, in between Devin and our other clients, they do own multiple blocks in the city of Chester. So Devin owns MJ Free Theater, Brothers Restaurant, Brothers Jazz Cafe, and New Day Chester. They're all businesses in the city helping our city prosper. Please join me in welcoming Devin. Also, our next client, it's a very famous client. Have you guys heard about the Emmy? You have. Wonderful. So, Orlando Jaleel Beats Tucker, Rata Johnson, and David Elliott from Tandem Music Group, please come up to the floor. They are part of our 451 entrepreneurship class, but they're also one of our major clients revitalizing downtown Chester. In between the individuals that you've heard today, there is probably over $25 million invested in the city, in addition to what Everest Medical Care could do. So we would like to recognize Jalil Beats for his leadership and for also bringing Tandem Music Group to the city of Chester, and most importantly for giving all of us great music.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. With no further ado, I'd like to share the floor with Peter. He's going to help us recognize our clients' student entrepreneurs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lennon, and thanks you to everyone for being here today. This is truly an honor to be able to look out and see faces, many that I know, some that I don't yet, but this position is one that gives us the ability to connect. And this ecosystem that Lennon mentioned about people, place, and process really does come together on a day like today. And as I look out and see fellow staff members, university administrators, students, staff, faculty, community members, this is truly what we wanted from the people side of that equation. Place is another part that we thought mattered quite a bit. And when we can come together with an SAP Next Gen Lab, we can come together with our offices in this space. The equation seems to really work well on paper. But this is proof that it actually works in real life. As I look out across the ecosystem, I see faces from classes. I see faces that I see on a daily basis walking through this atrium to our offices every morning. And this is proof that the ecosystem matters. And thank you to Dean Ghosh and President Woolman for having the foresight to put us into this space, because I think with that, our trajectory towards excellence and innovation was truly impacted. And one of the things that I wanted to do was recognize some of our students that are not only here to get an education, but they're also here going down that entrepreneurial trajectory, working on businesses as much as they're working on their homework, looking to start a business as much as they are looking to finish a degree. What's beautiful is that they can do all of those things under one roof. So what we wanted to do was recognize a few students that we've had the privilege to have cross our paths, and much of that's largely due to the place. Because we reside in this space and place, students access us regularly. As we're getting our morning cup of coffee, we sometimes share that coffee with students, and we hear about the things that they're doing. And we wanted to recognize a few students because they shared with us. They took part in the place and the process. And these are the people that I wanted to recognize today. Two students that are working on an application right now that will help ease the burden of navigating multiple streaming video services. They came into my office, and I got to meet one of those students and talk about how we can take an application and move it to the marketplace. So these students are not only working with their colleagues as students, they're working with their faculty members, they're working with us as the SBDC. So I want to take a moment to recognize both Joshua Sheehan and Kelly Backish for their work on developing an application. Thank you, Kelly. And the last student that we wanted to recognize today, someone that I fortunately get to meet as we're in this environment. Sometimes I get to meet students here over coffee. Sometimes I get to meet them in the lunchroom where we'll be heading shortly. But I've gotten to share a few lunches with the student as he talks about not only navigating the waters of his degree, but also navigating the waters of starting his own business. And one of the things that I really hope is that this is a slam dunk business, and I hope that it becomes part of my morning routine, as Dominic Peters is working on a coffee business that he will package, distribute coffee and roasted coffee to help us all navigate the daily lives that we go through. So Dominic, we want to recognize you for your work. Right, and we had one other student that couldn't be with us today, so we will recognize him by name, but he couldn't be here as we were fortunate to be working with American Wood Design, a family business. We also have students that are coming here while their trajectory may be intended to be to go into the family business as soon as they're finished. We also want to recognize that they're taking the time and attention to finish their degrees, even though their trajectory is fairly set to navigate the waters of running a family business. So one of the students that I got the pleasure to meet, Don Edwards, who's not available for us today, but Don has the trajectory that his next steps after graduation are to return and help the family business with the next gen, and I think those terms are very, very relevant as we look at this ecosystem, the SAP Next Gen Lab, and what we do as a university. So we also want to recognize, in name at least, Don Edwards for his work in taking over as the next generation small business owner.
I'd like to share one thing about Peter. Peter received an award a couple of weeks ago as the Professor of the Year at Widener University. So please help me recognize Peter. So as you can see, we're really honored to have this wonderful, successful family of leaders, as well as mentors, people that inspire us every day. I'd like to request the presence of John McNichol from Senator Killian's office, please.
John.
Good morning, everybody. My name is John McNichol. I'm with Senator Killian's office. When I grow up, I want to be an entrepreneur, and I'm told that this is a great room to be in. So thank you for having me. It's an honor to present this award to Dr. Woolman, to Lennon and the entire SBD team. This is a certificate of recognition from the Senate of Pennsylvania. Congratulations.
Come on in. Thank you. Thank you all.
Our clients are so loved by our elected officials because they're regularly knocking on their door for assistance and for support, but for leadership guidance, mentorship, etc. I would like to ask Therese McDonald from Congresswoman Scanlon to please step up to the floor, and please help me recognizing her as well as she gets to us. She is going to be presenting several certificates to our clients on behalf of our Congresswoman who has been recently elected.
Hi everyone, my name is Therese McDonald from Congresswoman Scanlon's office, and I'm also a Widener alumni, so I'm honored to be here to give these awards to everyone. First I have Everest Medical Care. Next, I have Therapeutic Articulations. American Wood Design. Cheryl Southern Style. What a Crock-Pot Meals to Go. MJ Free Theater. Congratulations. And Tandem Music Group.
Well, at this point, we really planned for this picture, which is the last picture. It's going to take a minute. I know that we all have to leave. But what I'm going to ask is our award winners to please go up the ladder. And yeah, go up the ladder so we can take a beautiful picture from this side. And if we can please have our president, our dean, our SBDC team, the SBA, to please be on top as well so we can get this picture.
I'm going to give you this. I really do have to go to the next one.
Top. So if we can get representatives of the SBA, please, up top with our clients. If we can get our SBDC consultants, please, to join me here. SBDC consultants, please, if you can join me here. EMAP consultants. Okay. Great. We'd like to also request that Professor Larson and our esteemed faculty that work with us that are here could please join us here for the picture. Don, please join us here.
You can't see my nose, you won't see the picture. And all of the depth is at the top here. So.
Great, thank you. We'd like to request that our members of the SBA and Finanta, of course, can you please join us here? No, this is going to fit well. Yep. All right. All right. Okay, are we missing? Can we please get Kim to join us? Wonderful. So, can we repeat that one again, Josh? And everybody give me some love here. 3, 2, 1. There you go.